Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, MERS. Definition: Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, MERS, is viral respiratory illness first reported in Saudi Arabia in 2012. It is caused by a coronavirus called MERS. Most people who have been confirmed to have MERS infection develop severe acute respiratory illness. They had fever, cough, and shortness of breath. About 13% of people confirmed to have MERS coronavirus infection have died.
So you recently returned from a daily vacation to Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. You have developed a slight cough. You snuggle into your soak with a bowl of chicken soup and turn on the evening news.
To your surprise, the top story highlights recent panic over a new deadly viral infection called Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, MERS, or MERS. Should you call your doctor? Should you call an ambulance? Or should you simply tuck yourself into bed after 2 ibuprofen tablets and ignore the news altogether? Like any self-proclaimed medical genius, you search the internet for appropriate YouTube videos on the topic of MERS to alleviate your concerns. Apparently, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome is caused by a coronavirus, which is a large family of viruses that cause disease in humans and animals. This is the same class of virus that caused severe acute respiratory syndrome, or SARS, in recent years. MERS was first detected in April 2012. Infection with MERS causes death in about half of cases. Okay, that is frightening. You read on. The symptoms of MERS include cough, fever, and shortness of breath. Severe cases may progress to pneumonia and may include diarrhea, kidney failure, and death. There's that word death again.
Intestinal symptoms including diarrhea and nausea and vomiting.
Virus is causing concern around the world. It's extremely rare and deadly, and now scientists believe it's spread through close personal contact. In northern France, 2 men are being treated in intensive care. A 50-year-old man contracted the virus after sharing a hospital room with another infected patient. The World Health Organization is investigating other cases like this in the Middle East.
Most concern, however, is the fact that the different clusters seen in multiple
coronavirus that's causing concern around the world. It's extremely rare but deadly, and now scientists believe it can spread through close personal contact.
So far, there have been 34
in northern
confirmed
France,
cases
2
of
men are
virus
being treated in intensive care.
Of these,
A
more than half of
50-year-old
the
man
patients have died.
contracted the virus
Most
after
of the
sharing a
infections have
hospital
occurred in
room with
Saudi
another
Arabia
infected
and a number
patient.
of nearby countries.
The World Health
But the virus has
Organization
since
is
been further
investigating
afield
other
into
cases
Europe.
like this in the Middle
It
East.
causes a high fever, giving
Of most
difficulties,
concern,
and
however,
eventually lead
is
to
the
organ
fact that the
failure.
different clusters
Experts are now
seen
raising
in multiple countries increasingly support the hypothesis that when there is close
Prevention.
contact,
Wash
this
your
novel
hands
coronavirus
often with
can
soap
transmit
and
from
water
person to
for
person.
20 seconds.
So far, there
Cover
have
your
been
nose and
34
mouth
confirmed
with
cases
a
of the
tissue
virus
and
since
don't
it
cough
emerged
or
last year.
sneeze.
Of these, more than
About
half of the patients
touching
have died.
your eyes,
Most of
nose,
the
and
infections
mouth
have occurred in
with
Saudi Arabia
unwashed hands.
and in a number of
Avoid
nearby
personal
countries,
contact,
but the virus has
such
since
as
moved further
kissing
afield
or
into
sharing
Europe.
pop or eating
It
utensils
causes a high
with
fever,
sick
breathing
people.
difficulties,
Clean
and can eventually lead to organ
disinfect
failure.
frequently.
Experts are now racing to find the source.
Such as toys and doorknobs.
We are getting rid of this hour that the second case of MERS, that deadly virus MERS, has been reported in the United States. I want to bring in our senior medical correspondent, Elizabeth Cohen. She joins us from Atlanta. I think a lot of people are really familiar with it. Give us an idea of what it is and why it's so deadly.
You know, it's a 30% mortality rate, Michaela, so that is really quite high. So it's called MERS. It's a respiratory syndrome. And you can see here that it was first reported just in 2012. And it can start innocently enough. It can get very bad very quickly. And it's spread mostly through close contact, family members you've been moving with. And so what the CDC is going to report this afternoon is that a second case of MERS has now been found in the United States. There was one in Indiana recently. This new one is in Florida. Now, again, just like the first case, there's a healthcare worker who was working in Saudi Arabia and flew back to the United States. Now, all we know about this person is that the persons in Florida.
We are getting word
and
of this hour
several
that the
flights to
second
Saudi
case
Arabia to
of
Florida.
MERS,
So
that
they
deadly
need to
virus
contact the
MERS,
people who were
has
on
been
that
imported
flight
into
to
the
make sure
United
that
States.
they
I want to
get
bring in
checked
our
out
senior
as well.
medical correspondent, Elizabeth Cohen. She joins us from Atlanta. I think a lot of people aren't really familiar with this. Give us an idea of
Treatment.
what it is and why it's so
There is
deadly.
no
You know,
specific
it's a
antibiotic treatment
30%
recommended
mortality rate,
for
Michaela, so
MERS
that
coronavirus
is really
infection.
quite
Individuals
high.
with
So
MERS
it's called MERS, and
can
it's a
seek
respiratory
medical care
syndrome.
to help
And you can see here
alleviate
that it was first reported
symptoms.
just in
For
2012,
severe
and it can
case,
start innocently enough,
current
but it
treatment
can get
include
very
care
bad
to
very
support
quickly,
vital
and it's spread
organ
mostly through close
function.
contact, family members, people you're living with. And so what the CDC is going to report this afternoon is that a second case of MERS
Single-dose
has now been found in the
oritavacin in
United
the
States, and
treatment
it's one in
of
Indiana,
acute
one
bacterial
in
infection.
Florida. Now again, just like the first case, this is a healthcare worker
Definition.
who's working in Saudi
Bacteria
Arabia
are
who was infected
responsible for
in the United
causing
States.
or
Now,
a
all we know
range
about this
of
person is that this person is in
unsightly
Florida and
skin
took several
conditions,
flights to
including
get from Saudi
cellulitis,
Arabia to Florida.
oculitis,
So now they need to
impetigo,
go
and
contact
boils,
the
and
people who are on that
wonders.
flight to
But
make
these
sure that they
conditions
get
are
checked out as
usually
well.
fairly
So,
easy
Elizabeth,
to spot. Boils, redness, rashes, and other irritation on the skin surface mean you need to seek medical attention. The treatment of infection of skin and soft tissues is not the most glamorous job in medicine, but this infection, ranging from cellulitis to abscess, often accompanied by fever and other signs of systemic disease.
Scientists say a new antibiotic can treat skin infections, including resistant ones like MRSA, with just one dose. Oritavacin is unique in that because of its ability to stay in the
scientists
body
say a new antibiotic can treat skin
longer
infections,
time.
including
Currently,
resistant
standard
ones like
treatment for
MRSA,
resistant skin
with
infections
just one
requires
dose.
2 daily doses of
Oritavacin
antibiotics
is
for up to
unique
10
in
days.
that
Now, a
because of
study published in New
its
England
ability
Journal of
to stay in
Medicine
the
treated
body
1,000 patients.
for
So, one
long
intravenous
periods
dose
of
of
time.
oritavacin
Currently, the
was
standard
just
treatment for resistant
treating
skin
serious skin
infections
infections
requires
in these
2
days in the
daily
hospital. Some
doses of
patients,
antibiotics
researchers say
for up
this
to
new
10
drug
days.
could prevent
Now, a
or
study
shorten some
published in the New
hospitalizations.
England Journal of Medicine
Could be
on
discharged
1,000
from the
patients
OR home
found one
and
intravenous dose
gradually
of
cure
oritavancin
the
was just
infection
as
over
effective.
7 to 10 days.
Treating serious
Researchers see
skin
another
infections
benefit
in
taking
days
on
in
one
the
treatment.
hospital. Some
Patients are less
but
likely to miss
researchers
a
say this
dose.
new drug
It's
could
better for
prevent
CVS.
or shorten some hospitalizations.
You could be discharged from the emergency room to go back home and gradually cure
Symptoms:
the
cellulitis
infection
or
over
nip
7 to
in
10
the
days.
skin layers
Researchers say another
and
benefit
can
to needing
cause
only one
skin to
treatment.
swell,
Patients are
turn
less
red
likely
and be
to miss a
warm
dose.
and tender.
Peter Zegno for CBS.
Usually surface in the leg, finger, toes, face, feet, hands, doors, neck and buttocks, but can occur anywhere. Boils and carbuncles begin as red lumps that grow larger and fill with pus before breaking often and draining.
My name is Joey, and I'm here to share some very unique and extremely helpful material with you about lower body cellulite reduction in the legs, buns, hips, and thighs. So if you have any bumps, pimples, or uneven skin in those areas, or any part of these areas, then you're in the right place. This video will discover a powerful yet simple method to destroy the cellulite on your butt, hips, thighs, and legs within the next 28 days, leaving you with a smooth, tight, and sexy lower body.
My name is Joey, and I'm here to share some very unique and extremely helpful material with you
Treatment:
about
a
lower
dose
body
intake
cellulite
of
reduction in the
10
legs,
days in
buns,
hospital hold
hips, and thighs.
to an
So if you
intravenous
have any
treatment.
bumps,
This is
pimples, or
the
uneven skin in
proposal
those
of
areas, or any part
Dr.
of these areas,
Ralph Corey
then you're in the right
to
place.
solve some
In this
of the
video,
most serious
you'll discover
bacterial
a
infections.
powerful
Corey
yet
is
simple
lead
method
author
to
of
destroy
a
the
study
cellulite on your
that
butt,
has
hips,
demonstrated
thighs, and
the
legs
speed
within
of
the next
action
28
and
days, leaving you with a
efficacy
smooth,
of the
tight,
new
and sexy
antibiotic
lower
called
body.
oritavacin.
And you'll also get the
The
Swift
trial
Heat Model C.
compared the new antibiotic vancomycin with a broad-spectrum antibiotic pill used in hospitals to combat resistant infection.
You have 2 well-controlled clinical trials, which is what the FDA requires, and you have some additional data that shows you can use the drug maybe in a way that makes it more convenient than the current therapies out there. But we're not on the market yet. So let's talk a little bit about where you stand with the FDA. There's been a lot of talk about how the FDA is giving people like response letters as opposed to approvals, and some of the competitors in this space have undergone that problem. Right. So can you
give us a little bit of update on what the regulatory status is, what the PDUFA date is, what your correspondence with the FDA has been, when there be a panel, these sorts of things.
Sure. The standard 12-month review started in February when we submitted the drug. It's a 10-month review, so we're looking at a PDUFA date or an action date of December 8th, as said earlier. So in the intervening time, what does FDA have to do in order to convince themselves that it's worthy?
Two well-controlled clinical trials that
reviewing
the
all
FDA
data
requires. Andy has some additional data that shows you can use the drug
Disease,
in a way
cellulitis,
that
folliculitis,
makes more
epithelial boils, and
therapies out there.
carbuncles.
But we're not on the market yet.
Sure.
Let's talk a little bit about where you stand with the FDA. There's been a lot of talk about how the FDA is giving people complete response letters as